playing around a little bit. We got my old buddy John Boy, Jonathan McFarland. He's a groundman with I.B.E.W, and we have been on several storms together. I think hell we did probably 10 or 11 storms last season, from then to May to October. Ended up in hurricane season and was all over the country, chasing that nasty weather around, fixing up people's lines, and heck, we seen the thing or two, and had a little bit of fun while we was doing it. But what do you say there, John Boy? What do you think about all that?
Yeah, man, it was a fun experience. We definitely did some traveling for sure. Spending a couple nights without power and dealing with the bed bugs down in Georgia and whatnot, and then dealing with all the fallen trees and no power down in there in Florida and uh, shoot, even Louisiana. It wasn't too awful, but I mean that's hot weather for sure. Uh, I don't
So
know. It's
so dang
different.
hot down there, man. I don't know what I think about that southern climate. I could appreciate it right now, but it's really cold up here. But
Yeah,
generally, I like where it's more a little bit more chill.
I mean down here it was 66 in the Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky area yesterday, and it was like the high of like 59 degrees today. I mean, it's just night and day compared to some areas. But I mean, I'm ready for the next storm for sure. We'll go out there and knock it out and do
Yeah.
what we
So
can.
generally, you wanna, you know, uh, you've been doing this a lot longer than I have. I just got on into it this past year. What's the what do you think is what do you love the most about what we do?
I mean, it's just really just a feeling of like going to different places. I mean, you like storm for example, you go to places with like 200,000 out, and you can do like one little section of line, and they'll turn on like so many dozen people, and you
Yeah, it
hear
feels
people
good getting
just
them fired back, getting people's power back on. My gosh, people freak out when their power's down. That is for
oh
sure. They lose their minds. Yep, they don't know what the heck they're going to do whenever they ain't got no power. Can't wash your clothes, can't wash your butt.
got the people pulling up to you, and when you're just sitting there waiting for
Yeah,
next direction, they say, "I appreciate everything you did for us."
that feels good. Yeah, having those people come along and getting those shout outs of appreciation and all that. That is really cool. I remember when we was down in Georgia, heck, people were really, really, we got a lot of that down there.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
it was a fun experience, I guess.
Yeah, it was. Heck, we was down there for almost 3 weeks. Oh, yeah, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was like 21 or 22 days.
and that was for Hurricane Helene. We was posted up dead center, sitting and waiting for Hurricane Helene. It was pretty awesome, but also really, devastating to see what that kind of force of nature could do to the earth, and our environment. I mean, it just brought power lines down. I mean, it just broke stuff down like broke them like toothpicks. Wasn't nothing to it. and trees down across the middle of people's houses. And I mean, up there, down there in Georgia where we were, it was a lot of trees and a lot of just damage from down trees and stuff like that. And heck, there wasn't that much flooding there, but up in western North Carolina, that's where they got hit bad with the flooding, and that's where, um, that was a serious storm there. I don't know, that was a Wally Womper.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I think from when we was down in Georgia to Florida, I think Georgia got hit a whole lot worse than down there in Florida and like Tampa and um, what was it down there where like Disney is?
Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, I think Georgia got hit a lot worse, but Florida definitely has some bad flooding down in certain areas. Uh, it was definitely a experience for sure. I mean, we was down there for what 20, 21, 22 days.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a grand total, like, I thought we were out for like 26 days. Or was it 23 days? I don't know. It was a lot of days, of 16-hour days in a row. And, yeah, that will run you pretty ragged. I was ready to get home. I was like, holy crap, we gotta get the heck. By that time, working that long, I was like, hell, I need to stay in Florida for a week just to recover.
Yeah, quite a few people. They was ready to go after a couple of days down there. It seemed like. I mean, it's either you can handle it or you can't. But
Dude, my ass was literally chapped so bad from driving up, from riding in that truck with no AC and just sweating like crazy. It lasted me a solid month after I got home.
it seemed like they gave you like the crappiest truck ever. I mean, I
Yeah, I
know like
did.
on the way home.
I had I had a good. It was an oldie.
You had that broken mirror issue, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it. Like literally the day they called, they said we could go home. The trash truck come along the street and knocked the mirror off my truck, and then they were expecting me to drive through Florida traffic with no mirror, and I was like, there is absolutely no way. I was like, I'll just fly home, and then I was like, well, I gotta get this truck home. I was like, there's no other choice, so went and had buddy there, Justin Anderson. Boy, I think he's from Alabama or something, Kentucky. But me and him went out there. We straightened out the framing of the mirror. Luckily, it like stripped it out of the framing of the door, and we was able to kind of get a couple of screws back in, and then wrap some tape around the framing, and ratchet strap around to kind of secure it around the door panel, and hung that mirror up to where I had at least one mirror I could see as I was going down the road. I could check out my little round mirror there and see what was going on. Cause I mean, it's no joke. There's a lot of people out there on the road. I'm trying to get to and from where I'm going safely and not trying to hurt nobody. So, yeah, mirrors pretty dang important, especially when you're rolling with a load like that. You got, uh, I was driving that digger truck with that big auger on it, and the I had who knows how many rolls of wire on the back. It's just like I don't know. I don't like fooling around with that. I don't want anybody get hurt.
Yeah, for sure. I know. Seemed like your truck. I know it was like an older model, but it seemed like it ran on a lot better than mine. Like, I think mine was like a 22 model, maybe like a 23 with the company we ran for. But I know through like South North Carolina, it ran like a steady like 68 mile an hour. Then you got the Virginia one that comes to the hills and going up them hills. I mean, it was like a steady 35 mile an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, man, just give me just a little bit more speed. You got people driving by you, flipping you the bird, and cussing at you. I mean, all you can do is just wave and smile. I mean, that's about all you can do when it comes to that situation.
People are ridiculous. Yeah, I drove the daggone yard machine down there, hauled that sucker down there. Luckily, didn't have to haul it back, but
We had that operator. I drove a brand new truck down there, and he's like, jump in this truck because um, I want the newer truck because it runs a lot better on what we were doing.
yeah,
And he didn't tell me, he pulled a trailer down there and I need to go hook up to the trailer. Well, I guess that truck ended up getting left in the parking lot overnight when it was supposed to be going where all the other trucks was, where we were supposed to park them that night. And I don't believe the bosses was too happy about that, but I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they got their stuff back.
dude, it's a lot to maintain your well-being when you're on the road that long, working that many hours in a row with minimal self-care and sleep and stuff. I don't know, and like you're working long hours and not getting a lot of sleep. Heck, people start to, of course, everybody wants to get paid, but
Yeah, I mean,
and we all want to
we
get
got,
everybody's power back on. That's the main thing, is getting that power back on.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it feels good. That's why I'm like, yeah. Of course, I'm one talk. I'll be one to talk to everybody that walks up and ask them when their power's gonna be back on. But like, yeah, we're trying. Hopefully we get it on by this afternoon. But
they said, when your power going to be back on? I said, well, we doing the best we can with it, and hopefully get on by the end of the day. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I
time,
know.
I
Dude, when we was down in New Orleans and we was working on this spot, apparently it was just like a rotten old pole we was replacing, and I don't even know. We did a lot of just pole swapping down there, and yeah, I mean everybody's we were down in the hood working, and everybody's like eyes on you the whole day, hopeful to get their power back on. End of the day, we didn't have it back on. They were like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Night crew's coming. We got this. It'll be all right." But I was like, "They don't get it back on. We'll be out in the morning. We'll get it on." We ended up getting it on. Everybody's happy.
Did you ever hear about whenever we was down there in New Orleans? I guess this older lady, I don't know if she was an older lady or not, but I guess she was kind of older. I guess this young dude, he was beating on her or whatnot. I guess she was all bloody. Well, I wasn't not even couple streets down from where it was going on. I guess she took off running and jumped in one of the company trucks, locked herself in the door,
Holy shit.
like locked all the doors, and I guess the dude come after her trying to get in, and one of the guys pulled out like a hammer or some kind of weapon, chased them off, saying, you need to go on and get. I guess he was pretty shook up there, but I don't know. I seen a bunch of stuff and heard a bunch of stuff while we was down there, especially in like Georgia and
People were get
Florida.
distressed, dude. It's yeah, like just the I know, like interrelations, amongst families and stuff, get really pushed to their limits whenever they have no power and no way to cook their food, no way to keep their food that they got from going rotten. Then all the stores are closed. They have no lights. Yeah, I heard some pretty wilding people were not happy, and I really wanted to help get that power back on because I just knew that it was causing a lot of problems for folks. And
Dude, day one we went to Florida. We was in a Lowe's parking lot. There was no gas stations, no Walmart, no nothing. But I mean, somehow the Lowe's we was parked at had power. I mean, we was getting a game plan together and whatnot. And I went in there. I spent $33 on snacks. He spends $33 on snacks at a Lowe's. I think I spent I bought like two energy drinks, Slim Jim, a Reese cup. Uh,
that's about stuff. I mean,
Different stuff.
that was all you could get, dude. Like there was, when we was in Georgia, there wasn't nothing open for days. Literally, we did have the kind of a warlock uh access to the gas station to get drinks and
Fuel
stuff,
whatnot.
and
Yeah.
but there wasn't no going out to eat or nothing like that. It was all shut down. That Hurricane Helene messed her up pretty good. Man, I still would love. I need to get over there to Western North Carolina, and I'd like to bring this stuff over there and kind of see what all happened over there. Somebody that was over working on that um, side of things during Helene, because yeah, that was a gnarly one. Couldn't imagine. Lost a lot of folks up there.
Yeah, when I heard
That flooding's no joke. I
quite
seen,
a few people end up passing away, I guess.
yeah, it's all pretty heavy duty.
I don't know. I mean, I guess compared to some people that went down there for work, I mean, we got to stay in a hotel, but I mean, we still didn't have no power. I mean,
It was
you
kind
had
of
some
fun.
guys.
It was kind of fun, just being blacked out and taking cold showers. I mean,
Dude,
it
the
wasn't.
cold shower is miserable. I don't want to hear it. It was miserable. You
Yeah,
had
they weren't great. I didn't that. That was not the best stress relief at the end of the day.
we stayed at a Best Western. We had bed bugs. It was hot.
Ouch! Bed bugs are. Yeah, I would have been sleeping in my hammock in the parking lot.
We had cockroaches. I mean, the woman that was downstairs, she had a cat. I went down there and asked her for some towels. I'm pretty sure she meowed at me whenever I asked her for some towels. I couldn't tell if it was a cat or if it was her. But I mean, I heard a meow. I didn't know what to think.
Oh my, they're definitely.
I mean, the only thing I got us through was a couple cases of beer once the power did come on. I mean, I remember driving over an hour just to get people like beer and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Boy, it's down there in Georgia. They said, "Here's some money. Go on get."
Go on get. I wanted to get as much sleep as I could. Whenever we was down there, I knew that. I was trying to sleep, but it ain't never enough whenever you're doing all that all day. And, but I tell you what, those guys are a different breed. Of course, I'm just new to the game, so I'm trying to get acclimated. Going from trout farming to line work is a little bit of a culture shock. But I'm learning it. I'm learning it.
And ain't nothing but a thing at the end of the day. I mean, you just gotta learn stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I've been at what? Almost 9 years. And the one thing about line work is, I mean, you never quit learning.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. I mean, you eventually, I mean, it all clicks. That's a good thing about storms. I mean, it's all dead. But still, I mean, you got to be careful and make sure you wear your rubbers and
Yeah, wear your rubbers, folks. Gotta wear them. Keep you safe.
wear your rubbers, wear your PPE, and
Yeah.
be your brother's keeper at the end of the day. That's the
Yeah, you gotta watch each other's back for sure.
I.B.E.W model.
Yeah, be your brother's keeper. Yeah, and I don't know any young fellas out there. It's looking to, well, I don't know what they're gonna do. The getting into the, you know, becoming a lineman or groundman or becoming an electrician is going to be very important here in the near future. I'm certain, and yeah, highly valued members of society, and because yeah, everybody needs you, and yeah, you see that when their power's out and people just can't handle it. Not having power, everybody's so spoiled with their gadgets and all this and that, and of course, you got some people have gas stoves and all that, and yeah, electricity.
That's the one thing I wish I had here at my house is a gas stove for sure.
Yeah, I want one too, man. I get to go cook on my. I hang out with one of my buddies out there outside of Morgantown. Um, when I'm out there, I'll stop by and I'll stay the night or whatever, and we'll kick it. And he's got a nice gas stove. I'm like, man, this thing's awesome to cook on. I definitely need one of those. That's cool.
I live in southern Ohio. I'll never forget. I was working down in the Indianapolis area, and we had a bad ice storm. I think it was back in maybe like 2020, maybe 2021, somewhere around there. But anyway, I went to a Menards because I got a text from some of my family at the time. They said, the power is out, everything's getting taken up fast. You can't find a generator from like here to Kentucky, clear to like Lexington area.
It's crazy how everybody waits till the last minute, which,
Yeah.
emergency will do that to you. It'll whip you in shape right quick. But yeah, I think if I were to be buying a house anywhere near the coast, I'd have me a Generac set up. Shout out Generac generators.
Yeah.
Keep the power
I
on
got
even when the power's down.
I bought the smaller version of the Generac. I bought the generator up in the Menards up in Indianapolis, and that's kind of what we had back during the ice storm. We was able to hook the microwave up to it and cook some stuff, mostly popcorn, because hell, back then I didn't really know how to cook very well other than grill. But I think I'm gonna invest one of them Generacs where it just kicks on when the power goes out.
Yeah, that's what my dad's got, and yeah, he's still doing all right when the lines are down.
I heard them things were like $6,000 or $7,000.
Yeah, I'd say they're a worthy investment if you to protect your. I don't know. It's just like that's your fallback.
I know it would be nice when you got people that hunt.
I've got
Like
I've got
save the
a
meat.
generator hookup down here at my house, but it ain't no Generac. But
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be one thing I'm gonna invest in here in the future is one of them Generacs. I like to hunt and probably do some serious fishing here about 2025. I'm planning to do some fishing, but I do like deer hunt and whatnot. I got held 2-3 deer here in the freezer. I mean, in the state of Ohio.
yeah, it'd be a
You
shame to
can
let
either
those go to waste if the power went out. They thawed out. You'd have to just eat them right away.
have to either throw it away or try to heat her up. But like I said, in the state of Ohio, you can either have a buck and a doe or two does in my county. And
Dang,
I mean,
that's a tight limit.
I don't see anything wrong with killing an extra deer as long as you use it to eat on.
Yeah.
But whenever people kill the damn deer for just the horns, that's what I have an issue with. They they take the horns and they just cut them off and then they leave the rest of the meat. Like kill the deer and put in the freezer.
Right. I mean, that's what I hunt deer for is for their meat. I love to get me a nice buck, but generally, I'm really tickled to get me a nice doe anytime. They eat just the same. They typically taste much better, and
Yeah, the doe or the smaller ones. That seems like they taste a bit better. But I I know last year I got kind of lucky. I never really, I never really did get one doe on my property over in Ohio. But I got one buck. It was It was an 8 point, and I killed it with a bow, and it didn't have to fill the freezer up. I mean, it was pretty decent sized doe or buck. No, shoot, I'm still eating on it. Ready to get back out this year.
But venison, that's my bread and butter. I eat a lot of it.
That's one thing I never did try was lamb. I don't know if it tastes kind of similar to deer or not, but
It's if you cook it correctly, you can dang near. It would be almost hard to tell the difference between them. But
oh,
yeah, generally lamb's just a little bit darker of a meat and got a little more fat on it. But
I went and bought me a smoker last year, and
what you been
I went done
smoking
me
in it?
dude. I've been smoking all kinds of stuff. I done a Chuck Chris today. Pretty much all I done was like discovered it mustard, put some Lowry salt on it, covered it with salt, put it on there for about 250, 4 hours. And the last hour, you flip it, turn it down to about 225, man. It was just, it didn't have no bone on it, but I mean, it just felt, just like, pulled her off to meat.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, it was just awesome. Good stuff, so. I'm slowly learning how to smoke some stuff.
That's
figured out the
if you can, yeah, cook it to where the bone just pulls out, man. And then the meat like melts in your mouth. It's fantastic. Um, I bought these. I've been selling trout fillets up there at Appalachian Kitchen this winter, and my buddy Chef Scott, he has these tomahawk ribeyes that are like it was like a 2.5 pound, so it was like a 32, 30, well, 40 ounce ribeye pretty much. And I bought a couple to take home to fix up, man. And I was like, what do I do with them? He's like, man, he's like rub some salt on them and put some butter and rosemary and garlic. He said broil them 400 for like half hour, and that was literally the best dang steak I've ever eaten in my life. It turned out so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh. I've
Yeah.
done like tenderloin stuff on the regular gas grill. Is uh, salt and pepper, and just put some stuff to marinate on it, and let it sit there, and just cook it on like medium high. You know what I mean? Just let her cook, and just full send her down the throat.
Full
You
sender,
know what I mean?
dude. Yeah. What you got on some sauce game? You make any sauces?
No, no, I ain't never made any sauces, but like I said, when I go to the smoking stuff, I'm still trying to figure it out.
I did a big smoked trout thing one time. I was doing one of these festivals here in town, and did a bunch of smoked trout and like pulled it like it was like pulled barbecue, and like I had it in a crock pot, keeping it all just warm, just like you could dip out smoked trout, put it on a sandwich, and we made this West Virginia barbecue sauce. Is what we called it, West Virginia barbecue, because it's not North Carolina barbecue, it's West Virginia barbecue. And anyways, we made that and slapped on there, and Man, it turned out really good. It was awesome. It was amazing. Heck, talking about it really makes me want some. I miss my smoker, man. I miss running that smoker. I need to get back in that game. That'd be
You
sweet.
still got your smoker?
It's at the hatchery. I could get it moved. It's a smokehouse. I could also just build a new one, but that one there is pretty legendary. Built that sucker. Had a big farmers market coming up like in February. It was like in January. It was freezing cold. And there was like I had to build a fire, melt ice to be able to start to do the stone foundation at the bottom of it to build the foundation of that smoker up. And I used all stones and stuff that rocks that was around the hatchery for the foundation. And then I went to the sawmill down here in Riverton and got a load of lumber and for cheap that was like miscut stuff that um got a good deal on and went and I utilized that as best I could to I was able to make the framing out of this. I got a big chunk that was like probably 18 inches wide, 4 inches thick, and like 15 feet long, and I cut all my framing out of that. And so I made my 2x4s out of that chunk, and then I had a bunch of like 1x6 oak that I did all the slats on the outside and on the inside too. But yeah, I think turned out that was a work of art. Pretty sweet. I have to throw some pictures of that up here. I got that thing in action for sure. It was a pain to load, but work like a charm. What I'd like to do something like that is dig something into a bank of a hill and to where I didn't have to climb up into it. I had to kind of climb up onto that thing and load it, put my cooler up there, and then load all the fillets up in it, and then get it going. But yeah, that smoker's still around. I was like, heck, if I could go take a skid steer over there and load it up on the trailer and bring it over here, and then dig a new firebox. Could do it, but could just as well build a new one. But that one does have a lot. That one I like really have an attachment to. Now I think of it, and it works like a damn charm. I mean, like it works so damn good every time.
Thought about buying me one of them smokers next to the back of like a race hitch, you know. I've seen like many of them that on like Facebook Marketplace and at the flea markets down here. I've, I've thought about buying one. My smoker ended up buying it like Walmart. Got a pretty good deal on it. It was one of them Pit Bosses uh, Austin XLs, which it's you still feed the pellets to it, but I mean it's electric, so it don't really do not get if like the power goes out and whatnot. I mean it's
Is it gas
luckily
powered?
no, it's straight electric.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll get it tested out. If the power ever goes out again, I'll hook her up to her and maybe smoke me some stuff. But I kind of want to buy one of them deals where you got people that build their own little smokers and make their lawnmower trailers and the smokers. I kind of want to do one of them deals and just do some charcoal or whatever.
Dude, do it.
See how those work.
Yeah, man. I mean, people need damn good food as much as they need power. It's like, literally, it's crazy. We all need to eat. We all need our phones to be charged and water heaters working and able to use our podcast gear and
Gotta have
all
that podcast here.
all that fun stuff. So, you know, mad appreciation for the power sources. But yeah, which I tell you what, um my other main power source is meat. I definitely can eat like 2 pounds of meat a day for sure, at least. Oh, keeps it
I don't know
keeps you going.
one of my power sources. We got a Chinese buffet down here in Huntington, West Virginia. It's got a China garden. My God,
You got your
you go
daggone
down there.
China garden down there?
Yeah, we got a China garden around here. Down here in Huntington, West Virginia. And then we got a super China buffet in Ashland, Kentucky. And I don't know, man. Something about them China buffets. They just do the trick every now and then.
That's that soul food, brother. That's that. Yeah, that does something for a
That's,
country boy's soul for sure. I know what you're talking about. Go in there and
man,
graze
you
upon the
got
fried rice. You got
get me the
yourself
beef
some.
lo mein and the General Tso's.
Yeah, there you go. Get you some of that General Tso's chicken, and you got. Oh, jeez, what all the green beans? I like them green beans they got in there. Sauteed beans, all the mushrooms stuffed with whatever
Get the
stuff.
old pepper steak and the mushrooms
Yeah,
and
you
usually
get you a
got the
little bit of
rice.
everything, buddy. That's what's up.
Me and a buddy of mine, we went down there to the China Garden, like I said, down in Hayton, and shit, we must ate two plates of like two full plates apiece. I mean, I'm talking about stacking.
Oh, dang right.
But shit,
I
we went
did.
there, and then we went to our buddy Joe down there at the In Between Bar and Grill down by Marshall University. Of course, you walk in and you see old Jill. She says, "What are you doing?" And of course, she said nothing. So you sit down there. I mean, we went there, drink us a couple beers, and he's a big fireball lover. He sent us a fireball down the old hatch. And I sat there and 8 or 9 beers. And by God, you're not really as drunk as you think after 8 or 9 beers after eating Old China Garden buffet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just one thing about it.
you got there a couple fireballs on top of that.
Man, this dude, I ain't
Dude,
never
I
met a
love the
dude
fortune
that
cookies,
drinks
man.
Fireball like he does.
I hope all my fortunes come true.
He loves that Fireball. He's
Dude, a lot of people,
drinks himself,
Fireball's a
sir.
hot commodity, man.
I don't know. I like strictly beer myself. I like Miller
Shout out
Lite.
Fireball. Come on.
He's a Miller Lite drinker, and
Oh, Miller Lite.
he just loves that Fireball.
Can't beat it. Hell yeah.
We went to quite a few baseball games and football games last year. Well, I won't say he, but we we cheer for the Cincinnati Reds and Cincinnati Bengals. But every time we go up there, we got a pregame. We go to Skyline Chili. Gotta go to a liquor store right next to the old Ghetto Waffle House over in Covington, Kentucky.
Can't beat you a good old ghetto Waffle House, man.
Man,
About 5:30 in the morning.
that is the most ghetto Waffle House I ever met. If y'all ever been to that Covington, Kentucky over there, there's a Waffle House, a Skyline Chili, and there's a hotel and a White Castle. Man, there's a drive-up window. I won't say drive-up, but there's a window you can walk up to at the Waffle House. Order your food. One night, we went there out to a Reds game. I sat there and watched this woman roll 2 joints. I didn't know what to think. She just sat there, rolled 2 joints, and ordered her food, and I ordered my food. And I said, go over eat to them old picnic tables over there. I said, all right. So, ate at the picnic tables, and it just one of the things you'll never forget. Went to the old Ghetto Waffle House.
Hell yeah. I remember being in a Waffle House when I was a kid with my mom, and somebody on the line was like, "Where's my ring at? I lost my damn ring." And somebody's like, "Oh shit, it's on my plate out here." It's like somebody's daggone ring come off in somebody's plate. I was like, "Wow."
You ever at Skyline Chili?
Huh? Skyline chili? No. Ain't my
Dude,
grandma's chili. That's my chili source.
one thing about it, if you ever get a chance, try using Skyline Chili. It's pretty much what like Cincinnati's pretty much stand for. Like from my area, the closest Skyline Chili is maybe like an hour and 30 to 2 hours away, something like that. But they're mostly down like Cincinnati area. But that's like mainly where I go to is Skyline Chili's. That's we pregame, like I said, during like the baseball seasons. We go and watch the Reds. We ate our Skyline Chili. We shotgun about 2 or 3 beers out in the parking lot. Of course, my buddy's got to have his fireball shots at the liquor store right there in Clifton. And we go in the hotel and sit there for about an hour. I sit there drinking me some beers, and he sits there and figures it out. And then we call us an Uber and we go over to watch us some Reds baseball.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
That was pretty much the same deal with the Cincinnati Bengals this year. We pretty much done the same thing, except we went tailgating. I mean, them tailgates is a thing to experience right there. And when it comes to Bengals tailgates, they're just awesome.
I bet. Yeah, everybody's literally cutting loose, giving zero.
There is no words to
Zero
explain
F's.
the Cincinnati Bengals tailgates.
I mean, could imagine. I've seen.
Good old.
I bet it's different.
Got this one guy.
I've been to some Mountaineer games for sure, and they're throwing down out there in that parking lot. A lot of folks drink Bud Light out there. Bud Light, come on.
Oh, Bud Light.
Old John Boy likes that Miller Lite. I actually like Miller High Life, dude. I'm gonna pick a side. I'm a Miller guy for sure. So Miller High Life all day.
The one thing about the tailgates, like down Cincinnati, they got old. I think his name's Jungle Jam, but he gets up there. And they got a little speaker system set up, And he gets up there and just starts talking. They got a little stand set up. They got like different IPAs, and they got like different fruity drinks. They got a little cigar place. You pay your $10, you get you like 2 cigars for $10. It's just a fun experience. They got like 7 or 8 porta potties. Of course, those kind of suck. You sit there waiting in line for getting the porta potty. Some people just go over to the bank and just pee right off
get
the
her
bank.
done.
I mean,
I'm a parking lot
you
pisser
gotta do what
myself.
you gotta do.
If I go to Peabody, I'm not gonna waste time finding a daggone standing in line at Porter John. I gotta go.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
You got to. This is how she rolls.
But man, I can send you some pictures of the experience. You can post them on your page or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd strongly recommend people go to that Cincinnati's Bengals tailgate and Cincinnati Reds baseball games. They're just
I have to come over and go to a Reds game with you sometime. Heck, I like
it's a fun time. Yeah, for sure. Me and buddy, we plan on going to opening day this year, I think. And
what's your plans for Super Bowl Sunday, big old John boy?
well, it really depends on how the storm goes. We
I guess we go in a storm. You might be on the road, so it's hard to make a plan.
Yeah, we got us a text from the store company we usually run with, and we'll see if we can get us a couple of days out of that. If not, we'll just come back and celebrate the Super Bowl. Maybe smoke something on the smoker and do a couple things in the old crock pot.
Oh.
I mean, I plan on having a little something here at the house, which we're gonna have to get together one day.
Yeah, sounds like I need to head down there after the storm. Get fed.
Dude, come on down here to
I've been
to my area. I mean, we'll get over the height and get in between and see old Jill. It don't matter what time of day it is. You walk in there. I think she works like Mondays and Thursdays, but old Jill, she's just something else.
No.
You walk in there, what y'all doing? And then they got a little chalkboard in there in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom. Someone wrote in there one time that said, "Show tits for a free beer." I don't know how many people done that or not. But
that's a solid deal. Solid deal.
just, I don't know. It's a pretty chill bar.
Yeah.
Not really much for like the iteration. Of course, I'm not really into that. I like hanging out with like older people for some reason. I guess it's where I'm just used to it growing up.
Yeah.
Hanging out in the garage working on cars, but
Oh yeah.
It's just a fun experience. You get different characters at the in between.
Oh yeah, they're well developed at that point.
But yeah, you have to come down there and hang out one day. Hang out with me and old AA Ron. That's what I call him.
Yeah, we'll get down. Well, heck, John boy, I think I'm gonna hang her up, man. It's good talking to you. I'm glad to have you on here, and I think this went really good. We'll have to chat about the storm that we're about doing. We ought to do more of these.
Yeah, for sure. Next time
I'll get another stand for you. Put you up. Here he is, folks. That's the John.
There I am.
Great John McFarlane. He says, "Free."